How's practice going so far for you?
It's going pretty good. A lot of stuff to clean up on already, so it's nice. But overall, I think we're doing pretty good as a group.
What about, there's only four of you, working out in drills. How's that affected maybe the physical tone of some of the practices?
It's definitely a little bit harder, more reps and, the drills. When you're doing drill work, your reps are coming a lot faster. But overall, I think it's been good, though. We've been pushing each other, just coaching each other up, and we got a good group of running backs, so we've been doing a pretty good job.
It's the switch to Coach Foster. What's he been like? How's he run this spring, I guess?
He's a really good coach. Very energetic, funny guy, fun to be around. He likes. I know you guys saw his mic'd up. You can hear him getting after. He gets excited, and he just has this contagious enthusiasm, that's been really beneficial to our room, especially being younger guys. It's helped us with our confidence. So.
What's it like for you now to be in the number one spot? I mean, a couple years ago, there was LaShawn while you were redshirting last year. You had, Akram and James. Now you're the guy. What's that feel like?
It's definitely different. Just being here and, like you said, being under LaShawn and, guys like Akram and JB, James. It's definitely different now being the oldest running back in the room. I have more responsibility. I got the younger guys looking up to me now, like the same way I looked up to, those three guys I mentioned before. So it's a good feeling, though, to be in that position, and I'm excited about it.
What are you trying to show guys like Kayshawn or even Ivory, who's only a year younger than you, but then and Cam, who's moving over to that position? What are you trying to show them?
Mainly just trying to set the tone, show that we're going to be a hard-working group. We want to be one of the hardest working groups on the field. The running back position, we want to run the ball hard. We want to handle our business a certain way. So just kind of trying to set the tone through example, leading by example.
What did you learn last year, first year playing and stuff? Like what'd you take away from that? What you build on?
Definitely the game's a lot faster. My biggest thing is just slowing things down, because you hear the game's faster and you see guys are fast and the game's faster. So your first decision, you want to kind of move quick and try to do things fast. But as a running back, you got to slow things down and let plays develop. So that's my biggest thing that I've been trying to work on this offseason, this spring ball, is just kind of slowing things down, waiting for plays to develop. I remember the North Texas game and some other games that I got to play in. I had a couple plays where I was so excited and I just made a cut too fast. So my biggest thing is just trying to slow things down and see the play develop.
How do you feel like you and Ivory Kelly, do you feel like you complement each other, and do you kind of discuss that?
Definitely. He's one of the quicker guys. He makes a lot of cuts. He can break tackles, and I'm more of a north-south guy, physical guy, try to run through guys. So I think we complement each other pretty well.
How much stronger do you think you got this winter, and how has that helped?
I think I've gotten stronger. I've improved on some of my numbers already. We still have a lot more work to do, so I'm just looking forward to keep building on that and implementing it into my game and on the field situations.
How important is timing for you as a running back? If you get there too soon, play's dead. If you get there too late, play's dead. Yeah. So it's really critical.
Timing is crucial, So like you said, you can be too late or you can be too early. So most of it just comes down to finding that good tempo, and you get that through practice reps. But just tempo in it, and reading your keys and pressing your keys. Those D linemen, they like to two gap a lot.
Yep.
So that's one of the toughest situations you get in, where they're two gapping and maybe you make a cut too fast and they jump and they're right there. So that's kind of been my biggest challenge, is just kind of slowing it down and pressing it and letting things develop. So.
Was that the reason why you didn't see I thought you'd see the field more last year, with guys who were hurt and maybe change of pace and maybe they need a little help, or I guess you got really did. What's his name got hurt so early? The bigger back, James. Was that what's holding you back? Was that what's keeping you in the
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I think, a lot of those games, we had a tough schedule. We had some tough games, and
right.
You got to get your most experienced guys and, your senior leaders out there. And, Akram, you want to get him on the field and get him the ball as much as possible. So, I just try to focus on doing whatever I could to help. So.
Are you surprised to see how, you're not the only Badger, or I'm sorry, Wisconsin person down here now. You have several guys. How does that happen? Is it all Polsek, you think?
I'm not sure.
Actually,
I mean,
he wasn't the guy.
he wasn't here when
yeah,
I was there,
right.
but I think you look at some of these states in the Midwest, Wisconsin, and you look at Iowa, Illinois. I think there's a lot of under-recruited kids, and so guys aren't very highly recruited. And you look at school like Iowa, where they love to develop guys, so they look at guys from Wisconsin and in-state, and they look at guys and they see that they have the opportunity to develop guys. So I think that's why you see a lot of guys from the Midwest and Wisconsin, Iowa end up being Hawkeyes, because they look forward to developing players like that. So.
Can you still use that as motivation, maybe that you were overlooked by schools in high school now that you've been out for, going into your third year? Is it still motivation for you now?
I think it'll always be motivation. I think that goes for anybody, who's in that situation. I think you just use it as a chip on your shoulder. Every time you step on the field, every time you go out to practice, every time you lift, you want to, prove that, you're capable of being here, because, you were overlooked. So I think that's a chip that will be on my shoulder for the rest of my career. So.
How difficult do you think this has been for Tokes, going back to even last year? Because he played as a true freshman and then, didn't get to play last year and then had medical issues, and now he's there at practice. But I'm sure you guys know each other well. What's it been like for him?
I can't really speak for him on how it's been, but me knowing Tokes, I know he's a hardworking guy. He has a good mindset, and he can do anything he puts his mind to, and is real positive, and I'll always be there for him. I know he'll always be there for me. So, we're going to continue to work hard and, just handle it day by day.
What's the biggest thing that Coach Foster tries to instill? What have you learned about his coaching style that he's really focused on?
Just being physical and playing with an attitude. You want, like I said, running back is that position where, you're getting the ball and you're getting the ball in tough situations, and you got to be tough-minded and you have to be physically tough to play the position. So just being tough and being a professional about how we handle our business is something that he really hits on. He wants us to not only handle our business on the field, but off the field.
Does it feel weird? I think you're the oldest guy in the room, right?
Yep.
You're a redshirt sophomore.
It definitely feels kind of weird, because I had Akram, LaShawn, and James, and then even the fullbacks.
Yeah, right.
Fullbacks aren't in our room anymore, so
Okay.
they're with the tight ends. But so being the oldest guy in the room, it is different. But it's kind of exciting to be put in that position, to be in a leadership role.
How much different is it being the type of runner you talk about, the physical runner? In high school, I'm assuming you were usually one of the better, more physical players. How much different is it at this level to try to run with that style?
It's a lot different, because everybody here, they're in college, strength and condition programs. They're here for a reason, like you were saying. They're all, it's men. It's everyone here are men. So they're physical, and they all have the mindset that they want to go out and compete and be tough. So it's definitely different. High school, it's a different level. Not everybody's developed all the way, and I think some of the strength and conditioning programs that you go through in high school aren't as intense or as detailed as what you'll get at the collegiate level.
What's it like now in practice? Because I'm sure with only 4 guys, you guys aren't getting taken to the ground as regularly, maybe even as last year. What's that like for you, and what do you see out of the linebackers who oppose you frequently?
I think for the most part, practice has been pretty much the same. When we have live work, we have live work. When we don't, we don't. Try to stay up. So I wouldn't say we necessarily have changed or tapered back just due to our numbers. It's kind of, when we're not doing live work, we're supposed to stay up. And sometimes it's hard, you're full pads and you're getting after it. But, practice has been about the same. So.
What about the linebackers? They're all new. How are they different that you can tell in practice going against guys like, maybe you did anyway because you were the 2s last year, but Menz and Amani Jones and Christian Welch versus Jewell and Bo Bauer and those guys?
Those guys are all great guys, hardworking guys. I think some of them are still learning. Bo, you look at Bo, Josie, Ben, guys like Kevin Ward, they had a lot of experience. They knew the defense inside and out. So some of those guys are still trying to get the defense down. And so you got a guy like Josie, he knows all the tricks. So it's a little bit different going against them because he's had the time to be here and get that experience. So I think those guys are just working to try to get to that level.
We talked